Good evening. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, to bring you messages of direction towards our best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and the planetary aspects surrounding us. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical, so know that whenever you find it is when you were meant to. Thank you in advance for sharing your energy with me by subscribing to the channel so that the messages align with you more energetically. And if you do find anything contained in tonight's message that resonates with you, please do hit the like button and leave me a comment to let me know. You can learn more about me by going to my homepage, and also personal readings are back open, which you will find the link at the same place as well. Good evening. Yay. How are you? Thank you so much. I don't know if you heard me on the last live, Miss Kaylee, but thank you so much for, you were my very first donation to the channel. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. And I was so touched. So thank you so much. Let's see what we have here with our gratitude cards for tonight. I am grateful for the freedom I have to be my authentic self. And funny Puff, that you are the first one to send a donation and the first one here in the chat, because we do have the moon that has moved into Sagittarius very early this morning. And one of the Sagittarian aspects, I guess you could say, or one of the characteristics rather, in Sagittarius helps us or gives us that little travel bug. I call them the traveling Wilbury of the zodiac. It encourages us to study. Ninth house manners. Today is a 9-day, and also freedom. So being here with that key word here of freedom, grateful for the freedom I have to be my authentic self. I don't believe in coincidences. So everything is meant for a reason. In addition, in my moon book by Yasmin Bolin, she calls the Sagittarius energy the great cosmic quest. And there is a link up in the top of the chat box if you'd like to follow along with me for my Angi-Notes, for my channeled messages. I did take a fun nature walk today, Miss Jude, and I saw quite a few things. So I'll come back around to that, but I tend to write out and then I kind of write Japanese style, moving from right over to the left. Just with the May 13th energy, we have the month of the Hierophant, of course, and then our day is bringing in the energy of death and rebirth, or death and transformation, okay, that butterfly energy. And we have the angel number 549, which with that link that I've posted in the top of the chat box, you'll be able to find the graphics for today's angel number as well. Now, today's date does add up to the number 27. So the 27th may resonate for you, or somebody that is 27 years old, or maybe it's a 27th year anniversary, which would have been something that occurred in 1998. So let me know. I'm always curious to see what's going on with you guys. Now, on a Life Path 9 day, I don't know about you guys. I think unless you're in Life Path 9, I'm a 1. I always feel so exhausted by the time that it's a 9 day. So let me know if you feel the same way. On a 9 day, it is the path of hidden truth. And what doesn't normally happen, or it rarely happens, I guess I should say, is when I add up the number of years ago to that date, it is the same life path number. That's not always the same. Majority of the time, it's a different total. So it was also, not only was it also a 9-year, it was also a 9-year that totaled to a 27. So I found that very interesting as well. So I was really curious if there's any connections from the lessons we may have learned, or the culmination. Life path 9s have been through all the other life path energies, and they stand atop that last 9th step, with like the Hermit with the star in his lantern. So certainly let me know if there's a connection for you there. The sister energy to the Hermit, as far as tarot is concerned, is the moon energy, or the moon card, Cancerian energy. And as I was on my walk today, let's see here. There we go. Nature walk meditation. I've been noticing all the beautiful honeysuckle that is everywhere, and it just smells delicious. Now, there is a spiritual meaning for honeysuckle. So anytime you're on a nature walk and you're asking spirit, what gifts do you have to bring me today? There's always something you will see that will get your attention. Honeysuckles associated with themes of love, good luck, and connection, both romantic and spiritual. I saw a really big fat, like one of those big fuzzy bumblebees, which is Mercury energy for me, because it's about communication. It's about everybody working together and doing their share. And I know this isn't a great depiction, but I asked Spirit for anything that is green, as in go. Hey, Miss Peg. The green light for go, but something that's out of place or unusual. And this was a flag hanging on somebody's porch, and I've never seen it, but it was green and white striped, vertical stripes facing down. And then the top was a big block of blue with some stars. And I didn't have my Farsi Oasis on, so I couldn't see that far to see how many stars there were. But if anybody knows, save me some time there, because I'll probably forget after this reading anyway. If you're familiar with what flag that may be, I feel like there's some kind of message within that, or maybe that's going to relate to you somehow. And as I was walking, I asked for my green symbols, and I asked my question very distinctly, what gifts does spirit have to bring me today? And I got very, very loud. I actually audibly heard it in my ears if someone were saying it, and it was, "This is it." So it's the Kenny Loggins song, and I think he wrote that with Michael McDonald, which his voice is indistinguishable. So I feel like this is, you're getting your own messages here that are indistinguishable. There's no way you could miss it. You just have this knowing. You're at the 9th step. Okay. So some of those lyrics include, the song is called "This Is It," and it's off the album of Keep the Fire. So there's your Saggy energy, a little more there for you, Miss Kaylee. And it says, the lyrics go, "Make no mistake where you are. You think maybe it's over, only if you want it to be. Are you going to wait for a sign? Your miracle. Stand up and fight. Your back's to the corner. Don't be a fool no more. The waiting is over. You make the choice of how it goes." Okay, so we are using this Taurian energy. The symbol of the sun today is all about channeling aggression. Okay, and that is the 24th Sabian symbol, channeled almost 100 years ago. And we go through here using my notes. If you use those, you have your own personal birth chart. You're going to want to look at any planets that are sitting at these similar degrees within about 2 degrees before and after, and see how they're talking to your own personal planets. Now, in addition, when that song was released, was October of 1979, and October being a 10 of the wheel, and then 1979 is a 26, yesterday's energy of the 8 card of strength, the path of vulnerability. When you add those two together, we get the energy of the moon, which is the sister to the Hermit today. Lastly, we did again have the moon moving into Sagittarius. That graphic is included on the link that is attached to the top of the chat. And we have the 9th soul code chakra. It's gold. Okay. So this is the ninth chakra that is 2 steps above our own crown. Okay. And this is tuning in to our soul's code. Make no mistakes where you are. And everything here that is in gold, especially the spiritual connection of the beautiful honeysuckle, it's a very spiritual feeling, but I feel like you just can't miss it. I also saw the number 1, 2, 3 today, which for me are steps. And it's just take that first step on this great cosmic quest. And when that song, when I audibly heard the song, I was right in front of house number 626, which I also included in the graphics today for us. So, and for whatever reason, I have a 6 dice because Sagittarian moon is all about rolling the dice. Let me know where the Sagittarius energy sits for you in your own personal birth chart, because that house number is going to correlate with the chakra for your own personal energy that is being affected. So sometimes we can have one sign that actually goes through 2 houses, not only 2 houses, but sometimes 3 houses. So let's see where we go today. I'm really curious about what our message is going to be. Peggy 79 is, oh, wow. That is so cool. This is it. So that one of your theme songs? Was it the Senior Prom song by any chance? How fun would that be? Is it for Palestine Pop? I'll have to look it up or send it to me if you got it. But that would be there's something there. There's something there. Now, so we've got a closing door, this 5. It is the 13th day of May, which is again about death and transformation, rebirth. Okay. In order to open our hands to something new from spirit, we have to set down what was already in our hand. Okay. So this is a completion, a cycle energy that is closing. We are at the very last anaretic degree of Daddy Saddy. That is when we sit down and take the SATs or the ACTs, the test of this entire cycle. And what this symbol is, because we're at 29 degrees there, you round up. It's at 29 degrees, 3 minutes. So we round up to get the Sabian symbol, which is of the great stone face, becoming whatever we idealize. It's the very last lesson, the 30th lesson of 360 lessons. So this is a BFD, guys. It is a big deal. And in order to step into this new energy coming soon, stepping into that first degree of Aries, we've got to close the door here on Pisces. And that theme has been for the last 5 degrees, the realization of faith. Becoming whatever we idealize is our goal for that 360th degree of the entire zodiacal wheel. So let me go ahead and get here, see what it's being, what energy is crossing for us. Crossed by the 12, the 12 energy. 6s were all over the place today. And 12s of the hanged man, right? The 180 degrees. Last reading that was live with you guys. We're protecting the future moving forward. There's those keys. I talked about leaving behind something that you really never thought you'd get over. Okay. Something that you like, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad. It's never going to not hurt my heart. Well, what I saw in those cards for whoever that was for, there's that another number 6. Preparations come to fruition. Okay. So if you take that energy closing the door, we then can catch something new in our net. I see a seahorse there, chariot energy for me. And that is a role reversal, just like the hanged man puts himself in the tree of life to do his 180. That is about spiritual enlightenment. And that could be what this lesson may have been all about for you, especially with the North Node currently and Pisces. All right, let's see where we go today with our reading. We have our Hermit energy here, and instead of holding the lantern here up on her staircase, the lantern is sitting right there like, yep, I've already seen where I needed to go. I get the lesson. And now here is that realization of faith and that hanged man energy of spiritual enlightenment. I'm able to float above whatever was confusing, whatever fears was holding me back, and what may we be closing the door on here. Pain, something we didn't think we'd ever get over. Now, these cards have been shuffled and ready for today, but I'm just going to see before I cut the deck why are we here today. So an offer of love here that's been slow to come to us because maybe we were holding on to some kind of pain. We were allowing confusion about whatever that was to kind of keep us suspended, right? You can't see as clearly underneath water as you can, outside of the water. And this can even be, I'm not, not forgiving someone or not offering the situation love, not understanding that our soul chose that as part of our path in order so that we could get to this place of evolving, right? Most of the time, guys, 90% of the time, we don't get closure. That's a luxury, and holding on or waiting around for that is never a good strategy, especially when pain is involved. Now, I think I've talked to you guys about this Three of Swords as we get older and life evolves. I remember this card coming out a lot when Broody passed away. And as you all know, currently, we've been through a scare here lately. So my vision or my understanding of the Three of Swords, it's not always about somebody doing us wrong, right? It can be a physical pain. It can be the loss of a pet. It can be the loss of a person, whether that is just that they're not in our vicinity anymore or whether they have passed. But this is healing the heart here over some kind of Five of Swords deception that could have been us staying stuck in our head. And because I haven't gotten the apology that I wanted, then I'm just going to stay mad, right? Well, that only defeats our own dang self. And keeps us out of balance here. This can even be, I was heartbroken over, I was given this offer here, but this person was only, playing around. They were just trying to win. Maybe they were just trying to see, if they still had it or whatever that was. But I feel like you're moving on from this lesson. We are finally closing that chapter, allowing that kind of stuckness, right? That kind of wrench in our works to no longer be there so that we can become whatever we idealize. Now, there's some dissatisfaction here with emotions. So emotions that left us feeling out in the cold. And then here is the Empress through the lens of love here, regaining her power, her balance over the moon energy. Okay, let's see where we go. That's maybe why we're all here today, whoever this reading is for. And now you're all about protecting your dang self, closing that door completely. Okay, you are coming in. Whoever this reading is for, please go ahead and reverse the energies as you see fit. But this is about taking your time. Virgo energy. This is loyalty. And even if I'm on a dang geriatric horse, maybe it took us quite a while to be able to release this pain or let go of this lesson. Because it was a very slow lesson. Saturn is a very slow moving planet. So again, we are at that 360th lesson here. This situation is something that could be regarding soulmate energy, the ones that teach us the hardest lessons. Like I was saying, We agreed contractually with that soul contract to learn this lesson. And here we can see it's a situation that was out of balance because one side of the lemniscate is larger than the other. Okay, very Pentacles based, and we are with the sun in Taurus, so that energy is going to be affecting us all. Yeah, this is it. If you think maybe it's over, but only if you want it to be. So, are you going to stand up and fight? If your back's to the corner, don't be a fool no more. The waiting is over. You make the choice of how it goes. Okay, Six of Wands, victory after a very long battle, because we were on a geriatric horse with this and we hemmed and hawed back and forth, maybe not trusting yourself, or maybe again, like I said, when we wait around for the person's apology, we wait around for energy to change. That's never a good strategy, because until we change our own half of our lemniscate, the other side of the energy will never follow suit. The only way to get that energy to balance is for us to take responsibility for our own half, go after our own soul code, our own happiness, that solar plexus energy, following our own light. Okay, beautiful here, completed lesson, and you are victorious with it no matter how long it took. Okay, it wouldn't be a test if it was easy, right? They wouldn't call it a test. Yeah. In the recent past, or in the past, this is a lover situation here, which I just said here, for me, the sailboats represent. And this was a choice here. You've learned this lesson. This could be what you're closing the door on, or this could be a renewal or a new way of moving forward, because the situation is you changing your own half of the lemniscate energy. Yeah. There's the reward of Daddy Saddy. Very literal here so far. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. The heart of the reading is about the reward that you're about to receive. Your hand is open once you close the door and put down whatever you were holding in your hand prior. Near future energy, owning it like a boss, are ya? And that is in the near future. I just talked about the 360th lesson, and then we move into the first lesson of Aries. So this is victory over that last long asterisk cycle, and we're getting rewarded here for whoever this reading is for today. Daddy Saddy wants you to know that the reward is coming for making a different choice like a boss. Okay. Yeah. We are at a 9-day today, and we do have the energy of the Hermit on that 9-day. And what was the blocked position before? We couldn't see our way. We couldn't come up those staircases because maybe there was an expectation here. You're waiting around, right? We're not moving forward because we're waiting on some kind of apology. We're waiting on the other energy to change. But really, all along, it's been about taking ownership of our own half. That's the only thing that actually changes the energy on the other side of these kind of soul connections. Past life soulmate, right there. What does Spirit want us to know? Beautiful, that your heart is open. Is that a Maroon 5 song? My heart is open. I think it is. I don't think it's a single by Adam Levine. I think that's Maroon 5. Let me know if you know. Maybe have a look at those lyrics and let me know. That's just what popped in as I saw this card. And my left ear is squeezing. So that's for somebody here. Your heart is open to receive this gift right in your own cup. The Queen of Cups has balanced her energy, and in doing so, she has seen down the steps, and we have the Egyptian pyramids here at the bottom, denoting this past life soulmate energy. And because you balance, no matter how long it took us, it's okay. We're not going to focus there. We're focusing on the victory that is near. Yep. And there's your balance coming in that I was just talking about. I love that. And by doing so, you guys are protecting the future and your cup is open. Your net is open here. You're ready to receive. Beautiful. Now let's see what's fueling this energy here. We've got the Page of Pentacles, and that is learning the lesson. He is the most learned of all the pages. And we move here from a page into our night energy because you've gotten it. You've done this lesson here. You closed the door. You had your aha. And does that not, even though it's on the ground and it's not a bush, it kind of does look like honeysuckle. That's the color of it. I included that in my graphic today on my Angi-Notes. So that you've learned this lesson, no matter how long it took us. This could even be a repeated cycle for you since childhood and with every one-to-one partnership. Okay. And what has been repeated perhaps is you getting all stuck in your head and staying still, right? On the geriatric horse. This is the prison of our own mind. And yeah, the Five of Wands, that's fueling the Six of Wands, jealousy, strife, competition, bitchiness. Just, this is such a weak energy, guys. Whenever this presents itself to you, you've learned to be the bigger person. You've learned to not let it affect your half of the energy. Maybe you're learning to transmute energy, and now you're like, I understand that that is all about that person, has nothing to do with me, because it's them projecting their pain onto me, and what they think is, it really isn't any of our business. We stop trying to convince somebody else of, don't you see what you're doing? Right? We stop doing that because we only do that to help make them better for us, when the easier route is just changing our half of the lemniscape on whatever this is. Yeah, that's such a piddly little energy. Okay. But there's progression here. You're rising above that. This is what's presented to you. And if someone was stagnant, stuck in their head, never moving, which made you kind of wiffle waffle back and forth, no more. You're going for your own victory. And then that changes the other half of the energy. So what you've been manifesting here is a new choice. This could be a new soulmate coming in for you, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. That's my favorite ace to get on a love reading. So this may be that for you. Libra energy of balance here in our outcome. This transformation, see the butterflies that are on her beautiful green dress here, the heart chakra energy. My heart is open to receive. You being just, you being balanced, you learning the lesson of discernment brings the gift here. Yeah, this is a big old judgment call. Past life soulmate energy again. This is a soulmate card. Both of these are, and they're literally bookending each other. They're fueling each other. And because we made this judgment call like a boss, that's why victory here is imminent for you over all these, piddly little energies that try to challenge you. You don't even play anymore. They might serve it up, okay? And someone else's confusion or someone else's stagnation, we're not waiting around anymore. That's your answer. If they're stuck, you're not going to get them unstuck. Right? That's their journey. And in effect, we can also have karmic consequences of our own if we try to alter someone's journey, again, by going, don't you see what you're doing? Can't you see how you are? Well, maybe it can be presented that way, but how many years were we doing that? Right? We've all been there, done that. I've had a rodeo or several in my lifetime here. Now, what we've learned a lesson on here could be over celebration. This could be wanting to celebrate. Celebration is blocked here until we see what our own half is, because this is, again, the situation. We don't have to wiffle waffle waiting for someone else to become unstuck. You got to keep going. No matter how slow it is, positive movement forward. This night is the only night that makes it to his mark. Okay. That's the lesson here with these deep soul ties. You got to keep your energy moving, because waiting simply delays it even longer, right? You changing your energy is the only thing that changes the energy on the other side here. So double threes here, 33. This can be, there's the twins here. That is fueling this new start. Maybe somebody wanting to try again, perhaps. But if they're still stuck, guys, on the Three of Pentacles, how many years has it been? We should be way past the Three of Pentacles by this point. That's the beginning of something new. That's construction. That's going, okay, we decided here, these twins have decided on what kind of house we're going to build. The third energy then is the architect to make up the plans. Still the beginning stages. And at that point, if it's been many years of this, then you should be way past a Three of Pentacles stage. This can also be because your energy is coming in here, is what Spirit wants you to know, because you altered, or because you've increased the frequency of your own half of this partnership or this dynamic. Your heart is open for a new start with perhaps a new architect, a new builder, a new twin. We have more than one. We have hundreds of soulmates that we incarnate with every cycle. And if this was a lesson regarding third-party energies, whether that be for ourselves or of that other person, waiting around for them to do that or to make their move, it's never the right answer, right? We never want to go into something new, freshly leaving something else. You got to have time, and so does that other person, to kind of incorporate the lessons, or else they end up just bringing that karma to your doorstep. And it's like, no, thank you. Outcome. Beautiful. Look at all these pentacles, guys. So these are the riches being presented to you because of your own balance outcome here. What beautiful energy. So Capricorn energy, this could be something coming up in Capricorn time. Everybody's on a different timeline. This could be something that, this is familiar because it was a cycle for you that happened several years ago. And you're like, I remember learning that lesson. We are all on different timelines. So this could be something that has not yet presented itself to you. It could be happening for you right now. So let me know. Mr. Kathy. Hi, guys. Hey, Tourmaline Tarot. Hi, guys. Well, we got our party started. I love it. This is just a beautiful reading. Wow. And after that, wish fulfillment here. Queen of Pentacles is the next step here too. She's the next one up. She's the senior of all the queens. And the next step then is Empress energy. And with the near future here, the Emperor energy owning this lesson, this past life soulmate lesson, like a boss, correcting your half of the energy, no longer waiting. In comes the ace, in comes Daddy Saddy's reward here at that 360th lesson of all the Sabian symbol lessons. Wow. Stop it. There's the new love of equal and balanced measure. These are soulmates, guys. So this is either a renewal or a completely new. Wow. So the order goes Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Empress. And I tend to be concerned if I don't see the Empress card and we have the Emperor. But that's good enough for me here. Wow. We did see the Empress in the pre-shuffle. So what are you balancing out here? Your fears. This is it. Make no mistake where you are. You think maybe it's over, but only if you want it to be. Are you waiting for a sign, your miracle? Stand up and fight this. Get into balance yourself. Your back's to the corner. Don't be a fool no more. The waiting is over. You make the choice of how it goes. Bossing up. Okay, balance. This is can be forgiveness. This can be when we stop waiting for the apology, then then it comes miraculously, right? This is being fueled here. Did I go that far? I did not, but now I have to. Let's see what's fueling that Page of Cups. Outside energy, someone that was holding it back previously. Because you've changed your half, that gets the energy to the other half in motion. Isn't that funny how the minute you stop waiting around, or the minute you say, okay, I'm done with us, you start to heal your own energy, then all of a sudden it feels like, okay, now that I closed this door, they want to open it back up. They were holding back. Okay. And now all of a sudden, because you are balanced, you're getting the gifty here. You have this victory. Then the apology comes, or you realize that they can hold back on this all they want. I don't need that. Okay. I'm focusing on a new beginning from a beginner's mindset, from the eyes of a child. Okay. I know how to balance. I know how to live in the present moment because my heart is open. There's your all four aces of potential with this. Money is definitely part of it. Abundance, time, energy, resources, assets, wealth. This is skills, okay? Whatever that is for you. What's fueling the Magician? Ten of Cups. Someone that you love and loves you back very much. Equal energy being offered finally. And what is the last card here along with the Devil for setting down your fears? Daddy Sadie's reward. Daddy Sadie is the ruler of Aquarian energy traditionally, and modern day Uranus. But this is wish granted here. You wanted to conquer this fear, but it wasn't this person you didn't need anything. You never needed it all along. And you're like, well, tell me that now, Ange. After I've been waiting, you never wait. That's always going to actually slow down the energy. Yeah. So this King of Cups might be in a similar circumstance. Maybe this is what they went through. And then you are kind of relaying this message or what happened to you in this energy. But after, again, victory after a long battle, they're exhausted as well. Perhaps they were over here repeating patterns, perhaps in a third person or a third party energy. You know, that happens out of fear, having your foot, what does my dad say? Let me think if I can think of that divine wisdom here. Don't laugh. It's when you have one foot, here it's here. When you have one foot stuck in the past and you have one foot stuck in the future, you PISS all over today. So there's some divine wisdom for you there. Thanks, Dad. This person, it feels their energy is just as exhausting, just as exhausted. Maybe they've been also kind of dealing with some next level bullshit themselves. But again, like attracts like. When you've challenged yourself, no matter how long it took us to close this old door, we are shifting our energy. Here's Daddy Sadie's reward as we move into Aries and leave that 360th lesson. or the 30th lesson of Pisces and step into the first of Aries. Just gorgeous, very literal. I love when that happens. All right, I'm going to get some charms for us. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see all y'all here tonight. Thank you so much. Let me close my eyes here. I just want to kind of scatter and see where they land. All right, we've got the symbol of the fish here on this reward, and there's the fish here in this cup. Okay, beginner's mindset, a new start with balanced energy. That tells me here again, this is the lesson. We are being victorious to become whatever we've idealized. Okay. Wow. That for me is pretty darn cool. And again, the energy, this fish is kind of hanging this way. And again, that 12 energy of the hanged man, spiritual enlightenment. I get it. My heart is now open. We don't have to go through or experience that lesson ever again. This Two of Pentacles energy here, whatever this situation is that kind of had us out of balance, they could be wily like a fox. There's a fox here, but in my Guardian of the Night tarot, the fox depicts the Empress card. So I was saying here, I tend to get a little worried when I don't see an Empress, but I have an Emperor energy, but that the Nine of Pentacles progressing to the Queen of Pentacles was good enough for me. I feel like Spirit's going, yep, there's Fox energy here. Whatever this situation is, your balance, right? Your balance. Maybe we couldn't see past it. Landed on his face here a little bit. Maybe we couldn't see past this person's deception, or we were waiting around. That was blinding us, putting us out of balance because we're simply waiting on someone else. We're waiting on someone else's heart. Okay. And the serve and the volley. I talk about that energetically all the time. How we balance this is, okay, if one person says, hey, what's up, text message, we don't send a whole big, huge thing back, right? We learn to not overgive. We learn to respond or volley back to the serve we're being offered here. It's not overgiving. We're only matching their energy to balance out our own. I told you I felt like it was abundance money here. There's a dollar sign. This symbol has never come out before. So because of this, okay, you get the daddy saddy reward here. Renewal. I saw a worm on my nature walk today that I swear to God was like, look, I was like, oh, gecko, Leo energy, fire energy, Saggy. There's usually that's renewal, right? It's all about renewal. The gift is that you renew your own self. Okay, and your heart is now open. Masculine glasses might be attached to this, either this new soulmate energy coming in or the person of the past. This is all about past life soulmate energy. Again, here, bookending here by the soulmate card of Judgment. Archangel Gabriel sounding that horn of judgment, and then Archangel Michael of Temperance is in charge of the soulmate journey. Now, this is a dolphin, and that is a symbol, again, of playfulness. He's got a ball here, and the Sabian symbol sitting right now had a lot to do with children, especially with the last reading. We have moved out of children skating on the ice and into Gemini. Just went 24 degrees exact today. I remember doing somebody's chart and I could have sworn it was 24 degrees. Maybe it was Jennifer's. That's, for me, that's unusual to when I create. Oh, I'm getting a big squeezy. When I create someone's birth chart, if I see, 2500 or 2400, that's not something you see every day. So anyway, a man trimming palm trees. actually, when I wrote this today, the palm trees in the mermaid deck are behind the Empress. So not only the fox, it's like spirit's going, don't worry, Ange, the Empress energy is here. And this lesson is about finding a way of tidying up the expression of personality to be in accordance with community requirements. Okay. So that is where our luck can expand. We are pulling back our own, maybe that's the need to be right, or maybe it's even when I was writing that, I'm thinking it's like letting go of a my way or the highway attitude. And I don't know why that came in. That was just the thought that came in. Okay, again, playfulness, children energy here, childlike energy. And then we have the sword on the Queen of Swords, this truth. Okay, that could even be, I said sword, but it's actually a cross. It looked like a sword to me laying right across her sword. This could be that spiritual lesson of the energy of the hanged man, the enlightenment of this truth being presented. And that was the key all along, because the Two of Wands is the ask. The Three of Wands is the ship coming in, the manifestation of this energy here. And we did start off with me saying ships for me are soulmate energy. And there comes that card. The key here is manifesting with feeling what it is that you desire. Okay, the feelings of what you want to have in partnership, no matter what partnership that is, one to one. That is something that you would decide. Let's see here where we go. I want to get advice here for all signs for us. Thank you guys so much. It's so busy. Things are so busy. Doctor's appointments. Like I'm lucky if I can even, wash my face for the day. It's been crazy. There's that lemniscate, that 8 energy, koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. This is used to be called the choice card. I really don't know why, because your soul's already decided before we even incarnated here. So I feel like this is you trusting it. Are you going to wait for a sign? Spirit has a plan here. Okay. And I love his little third eye energy here. I will read that for us. I feel like starting with Taurus there, that's advice for us all, because again, the sun is in Taurus and that flavors all of our energy. Let's look at 35 and see what this is all about. In nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches, moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or a competition. You're like, I'm taking my sweet ass time on a geriatric horse or not. You're not being rushed here. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we all need, and that spirit, that we have all we need, rather, and that spirit will always be there with gifts to sustain us. Daddy Saddies bringing you the reward. You're being asked to trust that by moving slowly with faith in the abundance that is everywhere, surrendering to a power greater than ourselves, we will be able to experience the manifestation of our desire, manifestation fueling our past desire here. Let's see, as you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now, sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance you seek. My heart is open. Wow. That's beautiful, you guys. Spirit is here to help you discover happiness, pleasure, and contentment. All gifts that are yours now and in the future. Have faith and trust in Spirit's plan for you, and know that you are loved and cherished. Today's song, the This Is It song by Kenny Loggins from the album Keep the Fire. Keep that manifestation going, guys. It's coming. You are conquering your fear here. What beautiful energy. All right, let's get advice, Aries through Taurus. Taurus through Aries, rather, straight from the top, since we already had our flyer, the Taurus. Okay, Gemini, electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. It's a 24 card. Gemini of the twins, obviously number 6. Cancer energy, 29, an 1111 energy. Giraffe spirit, seeing the bigger picture. What about for Leos? We have elephant spirit. There's that 6 of cups energy, 25 card, 7 being the total there. Angelic presence, learn from the past. Okay, this is what we have here in the block. So it could have been a Leo that needed to learn from the past, or whatever house Leo sits in for you. That was where this lesson might sit for you. Virgo, 54, there's your 9 energy of today, the Hermit, skunk spirit. Know your worth, sitting on top of daisies. I always think of Pepe Le Pew because he was trying to date a kitty. So if you're trying to date someone that's not actually what your species is here, I feel like that may be reverting back to that 5 of Cups energy from the last reading. It was such a gorgeous reading. What is after Virgo? That would be Libra energy here. Another 9, so 99. This is it. Okay. Our outcome energy, Libra of justice. Nothing is wasted. Your heart is open. That lesson was a lesson that you decided to learn. It's whether we are taking what we're taking from it with us. Did I forget a charm? I sure did. Look at Owl Spirit here. This wisdom was the information that you got. That got us from a page to a knight. Okay, let's look at Scorpio. There's our 33, which we saw here with that 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. There's that word freedom again when I was talking about the Sagittarius moon. And our gratitude card. I'm grateful for the freedom I have to be my authentic self. So have a look where Sagittarius sits in your chart for that moon energy, again, associated with the chakra, whatever house it's sitting in for you. So Black Moon Lilith be wreaking some havoc. She is at the 6th Sabian lesson, and that is the gold rush, the appetite to experience more abundance and worldly adventures. Freedom is yours. What about for Scorpio, then Sagittarius? 42, another 6 energy, 66. I said 6s were everywhere on my walk, totaling that 12. Saggy, you are never alone. Otter spirit. They always be building new, right? You just start again. Capricorn energy. 14, that is the temperance energy, finding the puzzle pieces to your own piece there. Capricorns, act as if. You can just blend in. You don't have to go along to get along, but maybe it is something that you are dressing for, or you are emanating or doing the job of what it is that you want to be paid for. After Capricorn, Aquarius, 47 is an 11 energy. I just saw the Page of Cups because in the Light Seers deck, that's when pigs will fly. Aquarius, maybe you thought that something would never come in. Again, connecting to the last reading of something you never thought you'd get over. This is asking you to use your mind wisely. We do have Pluto in Aquarius for the next 5 months in retrograde. Like, geez Louise. And that is all about an internal lesson of understanding the necessary lessons that heal ourselves of distortions of light. It's like you get in your wings. You get in your wings. All right. And lastly, then, nope, not lastly, Aquarius, we go to Pisces, 51, another 6 energy there. Sandpiper spirit, be playful. We were talking about that. I even got to sit on the swings today, guys, with Lola. We were just swaying on the swings. And it was so lovely just to have a minute, just to have a 1 minute of respite. I'm seeing here, Pisces, these bottom here, there's the lotus flowers that's unfolding one petal at a time. And again, it takes quite a while for us to get through all 360 lessons, becoming whatever we idealize. We can do that in the spirit of play. And now for reals, lastly, Aries, you got your 4 energy there of this near future of the Emperor, Badger spirit. Be fearless and bold. We learn the lesson of Pisces and step into that Aries energy with Daddy Sadie. Take our rewards. Thank you very much. Here's all 4 aces of potential. Our wish was to conquer this fear. And not only did you do that, it's like you got some money coming your way here with this transformation, this renewal. This is even better than what it was before, guys. What a gorgeous reading. You guys helped me out with that. That's why I like doing the lives so much. And that honeysuckle energy, again, love, good luck, connection. We're thought to symbolize enduring affection, fidelity, and good fortune. Wow. It's also believed to ward off evil spirits and bring happiness. It says what it says. I just read the cards. I just work here. I just work here. Thank you. Thank you again. Oh, I know. Yeah, I torture Kathy with endless videos. Well, I used to anyway, of Lola fetching her ball. But I mean, she's just the cutest. So I love that horse spirit card as well. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous energy, you guys. Thank you so much for co-creating that message with me today. I love and appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for sharing your positive light and love and sending that and continuing to send it my way. That is much appreciated for you. Peg, there's your dolphin. So there's your sister hello there for you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Until then, much love from my heart to yours. You are so welcome. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.